basketball.
I came back to bring a championship to this city. I gave everything that I had. I poured my heart, my blood, my sweat, my tears to this game, and Cleveland, this is for you.
You won 2 titles. Why does this one feel different?
I'm home.
Hello and welcome. It is Views from the Sideline, October 22nd, 2019. And welcome into the 2019-2020 NBA preview show of Views from the Sideline. I'm your host, Chris Pappas. Across the desk for me, Joey Tysick, just scrolling through his Twitter feed currently, getting up to date on all the sports news. And next to Joey, Malik Hill. What's going on, guys?
Hey, man, this is a special show. And it's not because the Jets lost.
Hey.
And it's not.
Joe, where's my pizza?
And it's halfway because of the NBA preview.
Yes. It is. It said I have to announce this is my last show here for Views from the Sideline.
For now.
For now. This show's been going on for what? We're almost getting on 2 years, Joe?
Yeah, we started about 2 years ago.
I came in during the NCAA tournament last
Yeah.
last year.
I think I want to say we're at 87 episodes or so.
Yeah, we're
We've
getting
only
up there.
skipped here and there.
The occasional schedule conflicts. But yeah, so this weekend I am moving to Cleveland, Ohio permanently.
Boo!
Rocking the Cleveland shirt today.
Oh.
Yeah, moving there. Accepted a job position down there. Moving to be with my fiance as well. So yeah, this will be potentially my last show. We'll just say it's my last show. If something happens crazy down the line.
This may be
That's
his last
awesome.
show physically.
Hey, no
but
hints,
his
Malik.
voice may
Well, we
return.
might be able to ship him out here at some point.
We'll see how it goes. But yeah, so we're going to have some fun with it. Gotta go out on a high note, NBA preview show. But before we jump into that, we gotta round up some football around the great state of Michigan, starting with Michigan. Penn State beat them 28-21. Some promising looks for Michigan, but it was a loss in the end. MSU, it was not promising. They lost 34-0 to Wisconsin. Lions, back-to-back losses in back-to-back weeks.
Divisional losses.
Divisional losses. So Joey still thinks they can make the wild card.
Malik, real quick. We'll do a quick one. Malik, what's your Michigan confidence meter?
It is at about a 5.5.
Why is it still at a
Because-
5.5?
Because we all should have known this offense was going to take time to mold together.
Oh,
it
my
wasn't
God.
just going to be
Look.
explosive from the start. I just wanted to put my confidence in it to maybe I hoped they would have some just crazy spark from the start, but that wasn't realistic. We all should have known. It took time. They showed great signs against Illinois, but they let Illinois come back, so they're still.
You sound like me
they're
as
still
a
a mess.
Pistons fan, and Joey as a Lions fan.
I'm very realistic as a Michigan fan. You know
Ask
this.
me
you know
the
this.
question. I'm ready.
Joey, how you feeling?
You know this.
How's your? Sorry, Malik. Go ahead. Finish what you're gonna say. Sorry.
But yeah, they started off bad against Penn State. They never really play well when they go to Penn State, especially for a night game. When most Michigan fans found out it was a night game, they all were like, "Well, you can just count it as an L," because whenever it's a whiteout at Penn State, it's always bad. Yeah, 21-0 start, but Michigan came back in the second half. Shea Patterson played his first real good game this season against a real opponent. Zach Charbonnet looked good. The receivers got going. Unfortunately, Ronnie Bell dropped a pass to take it to overtime. At the end, I feel sorry for him. Some people were going at his head. You got cut that out. I mean, he plays hard. He's a good kid. He's a good receiver. He's
No crying in football.
Exactly. He's just a sophomore. He's going to get better. He's showed signs of being a really good playmaker. This team is going to get better.
All right, Joey. Your Lions confidence meter go.
5.
Why?
Yeah, it's
It
literally.
shouldn't even be a 5.
It's do or die right now. Because
It's die. They're dead. They're
No.
on the ground.
So they lost 2 straight divisional games. Packers game, I'm going to ignore it.
I mean,
Things happened. They should have won the
They
game,
should've. I agree.
even without the ref calls.
I agree.
I've gotten over the anger with the refs. They should have won without it. The Minnesota game was concerning because their offense has looked good the last couple weeks. The defense did not look good last Sunday against Minnesota, so that's a little bit concerning. Makes this Giants game a must-win. Giants should be easy. If they lose this game, it's over.
It's over for the playoffs.
yeah,
Completely.
yeah.
No wild card, no
Yeah,
nothing.
Nothing. They finally have a good part of their schedule that they should be able to rattle off a few wins before they get back into divisional games. Luckily, the Bears don't look as strong as some people thought they would. Their offense is a mess. And even their defense is giving up some big plays, so you never know with that. But now they have to win the runbacks against Minnesota and Green Bay, which Green Bay they'll get at home. Minnesota, they're going to have to go to Minnesota, so that's going to be really tough. But
Green Bay
Kinda do or
at
die.
home is going to be really tough, too.
they already played them.
I mean, Green Bay on the road. Wait, did they play them twice already?
No. I'm
That's
just
what I'm
saying.
saying.
They just
they're-
played them once in Green Bay.
Yeah, they're
That's what I'm
coming.
saying,
They're
so-
coming to Ford Field.
That's what I'm saying. It's still a tough game.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, at least that one is now home field.
Yeah, it
And the
sure
fans-
helps for
the
Minnesota.
fans will show up
Oh
for
my
that
God,
game.
it sure helped for Minnesota.
I'm just saying.
Listen, man, Aaron Rodgers is hot right now. So
Yeah.
if he keeps this up,
Either way, do or die. Defense needs to step up.
My confidence meter for Michigan football, a 2. My confidence meter for Lions football, a 2.5.
why are you at a 2 for Michigan? They're
Because
clearly getting
okay,
better. They're
well,
getting
it's-
better.
But it's clear. But there's no chance.
a 5
No,
isn't
but
a 5
here's-
isn't very good, but it's
listen,
also
listen.
not terrible.
But listen to what my reasoning is. I look at it in a way of them making the playoffs or them having like Michigan had to make the playoffs this year. They're not going to do that.
They're not making it anytime
No.
soon.
No, Lions, as bad as they are, and not going to do it.
Not
They have
even
a better chance.
They're not halfway through their season yet.
and we can already say their season's over before the leagues
got time.
change. Let's jump into NFL picks, Joe, because it's a sad state of football in the state of Michigan.
It really is. Okay, starting with Thursday night, a fun one: Washington versus Minnesota.
All right,
Minnesota.
Washington versus
Don't act like you're thinking about this.
Thinking about
This is a clean sweep. Stop it.
Minnesota.
Yeah, Minnesota looks too good. Seattle.
Joe, you got to mark ours down too.
I am.
Okay.
I always do.
Okay.
Seattle and Atlanta.
See, Atlanta,
I keep picking Atlanta. I can't do it anymore.
Exactly. I keep thinking
wait.
they're gonna
Is at
figure. They're
Atlanta?
gonna win a game.
I don't actually know.
Aren't they going to win another game?
What's Atlanta's record? 2 and
That won.
only have
They were like 1-6.
Yeah, they can't get their defense to do anything.
They are awful. They are like bad.
Yeah.
Seattle.
Well, and Matt Ryan might not play this week.
Oh, Seattle.
They're not. They're not 100% sure.
Isn't Matt Schaub there back?
Yeah.
Seattle.
Devontae Freeman is still up in the air whether he'll get suspended or not for throwing a
Mohamed Sanu
punch.
just got traded.
Mohamed Sanu got traded to the Patriots.
Yeah,
That's
they're-
terrifying.
Might as well just pack it in Falcons. Get that
Yeah.
top 10 draft pick.
Even though Seattle lost last week.
Wait, is it at home for Atlanta?
The Rams just
Yeah,
trashed
it
them at
is.
home.
All right, give
It
me
doesn't-
Seattle.
yeah, it doesn't matter.
Clean sweep. Okay, Philadelphia, Buffalo. I don't have like
Is
locations.
this in Buffalo? Oh, okay.
I can look it real quick.
It's big, and we need that for our decision.
If this is in Buffalo,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
taking,
Buffalo.
I'm taking Buffalo.
I would have taken Buffalo. no
That
matter
team is
what.
playing so tough right now, and
Give
Josh
me the Eagles fly, Eagles fly.
Josh Allen has some serious confidence right now.
Chargers and Bears, two teams that people thought were going to be much better this year.
Who's at home?
Chicago.
I'm going Bears.
I'm going Chargers.
I don't trust the Chargers.
I don't trust the Bears.
I trust that Bears defense.
I don't trust
And
that
even
Trubisky
when
offense.
Mr. Trubisky has bad games, he always will come back with like 2 solid games.
I don't know. Keenan Allen's had multiple bad weeks in a row. There's got to be a time where he's going to break out. I'm going to go with the Chargers. Chris, you're going Chargers?
Yeah.
Oh, the New York Football Giants
Lions.
coming to Detroit.
Lions.
Give me the Giants.
Stop it.
Every
That-
time. I don't pick the
Those
Lions.
DBs, they're too good to let Daniel Jones have a good
Daniel
game.
Jones is going to rush for 3 touchdowns.
Is Darius Slay going to be healthy for once?
Even when he wasn't healthy, they played good. So come on.
My biggest
Come on, man.
concern is they just gave up 140 or some yards to Dalvin Cook, and now they get to play Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, Saquon.
But that's because they had a balanced offensive game going. So
I know.
Yeah.
I'm still picking Detroit. I'm just saying.
yeah.
All right, Tampa Bay and Tennessee.
in Tennessee.
Two really weird teams this year.
I trust Ryan Tannehill more than James Winston
Wait,
right now.
It's in Tennessee.
Yeah. Give me Tennessee.
Mariota got benched, right?
Yeah.
And Tannehill played well.
Yeah, he looked good.
Yeah, give me Tennessee.
Made their receivers a lot better. But James is still my fantasy quarterback. Going Tampa Bay.
Wait, let me switch it. I'm going to go Tampa Bay.
Oh, my gosh.
I'll be the lone man on this one. I'll take that.
I was going to say, Chris, you got to catch the leader.
I know, but I think you're right on that one.
Okay. Denver and Indianapolis.
Indianapolis.
That team.
I'm going with the
That quarter-
Broncos.
That quarterback for the Colts is showing something right now.
He is, but the Broncos have to win more than 2 games.
Come on, man. The Fighting Flaccos.
The
Yeah,
Fighting Flacco.
Of course, Joey's going to pick the Broncos.
No,
Don't
I'm picking Indianapolis. the way that
pick
they
the Broncos, Chris. Do it.
the way that they play
I
the
did.
game.
Oh, man.
I mean, it's too tough.
Yeah, Jacoby is looking
Once
really
they get a
good right
lead,
now.
they just run the ball the rest of the game.
And Ebron has confidence now, so they're really
Ew.
on it right now.
Oh, the Cincinnati, maybe worse than the Dolphins Bengals versus the LA Rams.
Rams.
Oh, Rams.
Man,
The Bengals just need to bench.
Joe, pick the Bengals.
they're not going to get AJ Green back until after
Listen,
their bye week.
Just bench Andy Dalton. Look for trades. Come on, Cincinnati.
I don't
Make a
I don't
move.
think Andy Dalton is the problem.
He's not. That's what
Joe
team,
Mixon ran the ball
He's a really,
multiple
he's a really
times
good
for
running back.
like 3 yards last week.
But
Don't tell me he's a good running back.
He is. The team isn't good.
Their offensive line
And
is
a
pretty
team
bad.
will gladly take Andy Dalton right now.
We're all going the Rams, right?
Denver would take Andy Dalton right now.
Whoa.
He'd be a better.
Joe
option
Flacco is
than
a
Joe
great
Flacco.
game manager.
My God.
Denver needs to trade for Andy Dalton.
Arizona Cardinals, who've rattled off three straight
straight
wins, versus one of the hottest teams as well, the New Orleans Saints.
Give me the Saints.
Yeah, Saints.
Easy.
Especially
what they did to that
especially
Bears team?
if it's in New Orleans, those fans are going to get in Kyler Murray's head.
Oh, yeah. It's
That
done.
D line is going to get after
Played
him.
with a backup quarterback last week, backup running back. Both had great games. New
Sean
Orleans
Payton
too
is
good.
coaching his butt off.
Coach of the year?
Chris's
Ma-
New
possibly.
York Jets.
Jets. Jets.
Yikes. Versus the Jacksonville
Oh,
Jaguars. In
Put
Jacksonville.
it in permanent marker, Sharpie that, New York Jets.
Sam Darnold's confidence is shot right now.
Sorry, Le'Veon and Jamal Adams.
I don't know if he'll recover by next week. I don't. And that defense isn't looking that great either. Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm. I'm going with Jacksonville as well.
Thank you. I needed a win.
What do we got? Oh, we got Carolina versus San Francisco 49ers.
San
Still
Francisco.
undefeated.
Hold on.
That
Hold on.
defense is on another level right
Hold
now.
It's
on.
going to be a defensive battle.
They are going to sack Kyle Allen at least 5 or 6
hold the
times.
phone here.
At least.
Who's at home?
49ers.
Yeah,
San Francisco, man.
The
Yeah.
only thing that concerns me is that San Francisco only put up 9 points against Washington.
The weather was off. They were in a
That's true.
Yeah, they were in a
What was the
mudslide.
final?
Nobody
Wait,
could
what
throw
was
the
the
ball.
final?
9-0.
9-0.
Carolina's been playing weird, but I can't see.
Wait,
Switch it. Do it.
I'm going with Carolina.
He did it. You don't have the confidence, Malik. You guys don't have the confidence.
It's going to be a weird game, I think.
Do it, Malik. Come on.
Because Kyle Allen could have a really bad game.
I'm sticking with the Niners. I'm
Like
sticking with the
like
Niners.
he could
yeah.
have a really bad
That
game.
49ers defense is hot right now.
Cleveland versus New England. Please
New
don't
England.
don't pick Cleveland, Chris. I know you're moving, but just don't.
I can't.
Baker
Give me the
versus that
pads.
defense.
Give me the pads.
If Sam Darnold just threw 4 interceptions, Baker Mayfield is in for a whole
World of trouble.
world of trouble. Oakland and Houston at Houston.
Houston coming off a loss.
Oakland at Houston. Oh,
Mhm.
Houston.
Oakland still played.
They're
okay.
still playing
Oakland still
good.
played well
Yeah.
against Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers is just an alien with a football. It's in Houston.
Yep. I'm going with Houston.
Yeah, I'm going Texans. Yeah.
Yeah.
If it was in Oakland, I might have taken the Raiders.
This will be a good one. Sunday Night Football, Green Bay versus Kansas City.
Green Bay.
Kansas City doesn't have Patrick Mahomes, but they're still a solid offense, I think.
Aaron Rodgers is going to tear them up.
At Kansas City.
Yes.
Give me Kansas City.
You trust Matt Moore, huh? You a big backups guy?
He wants
You are a big backups guy. You're a Jets
He-
fan. Yeah.
he,
Hey,
You love the backups.
hey.
Love
Matt
them
Moore
backups.
wants a Miami Dolphin.
There we go. We're locking in, Joe.
I'm gonna go with Kansas City because I don't want to see Green Bay go to 7-1.
Okay, last week I was almost right on the Dolphins getting their first win.
Yep, almost.
Almost isn't good enough.
And speaking of those Dolphins, your Monday night football game that everybody
Give
is so excited
me
for:
Devlin Hodges and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Miami Dolphins versus the Pittsburgh Steelers.
They got close.
Trust in the Samford quarterback. Not Stanford, everybody. Samford.
They got close.
FCS football.
Fitzmagic, Monday Night Football.
Nah.
Imagine the swag
The
that guy
first-
will have
The first
after he wins.
win of the season.
He will be
After-
rocking.
Under the lights.
After what
The
the,
bright
Steelers
lights.
did, after what the Steelers did to the Chargers a few weeks ago, I think they're confident. They're fine.
That's
They're
true.
Yeah, they're gonna be good.
Give me Pittsburgh.
But I'm going with Miami.
Amen.
Give it to me.
Did you see how those Steelers fans traveled
I
to
said
San
Pittsburgh.
Diego?
I said Pittsburgh.
That was a home game in.
All right,
in
and those
Los
are our
Angeles.
week 8 picks. I'll give you guys a quick update. 1 second.
Joey's doing the math.
Malik got 9 right last week.
Where does
Yes,
he stand?
sir.
So he is now at 61. It's going to be close. I got 7 right. So I'm at 65.
Closing the gap.
Ooh.
Closing the gap.
And Chris got 8 right.
Hey.
Good week. Good week.
So he's at 44.
That's it?
No, I'm kidding.
I was about to say.
He's at 54.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Like
No, you're
that
at-
math is not right.
You were
Yeah.
at 46 last week. So it's 65, 61, 54. Malik making up some ground.
Yeah, he had a good week.
If I come back to win this by the end of the year.
Chris leaves and he ends up winning.
Oh
I mean,
my gosh.
You made up.
He averages 9 wins.
You made up 1 point this week, so you're gonna have to do
I need a big week.
that for the rest of the season. Good luck. On to the NBA.
It's that time.
Take it
It's
away.
that time. The NBA preview, the 2019-2020 season is upon us. Guys, it's a great time. Season starts tonight.
The first real interesting season in a
Oh,
long
man, it is
time.
going to be fun. On the docket tonight for the NBA, you have the Zion-less New Orleans Pelicans visiting the NBA champion, Kawhi-less Toronto Raptors.
The championless Raptors.
So that one will be it'll be cool to see the Raptors get the rings. That whole ceremony will be awesome. That's one of the best games just because you see kind of the gold trim on the jerseys. You see kind of the paying homage to their championship. It's a really interesting, fun way to start the season. But then,
And the Pelicans are still a very exciting team.
yes, they got
Exactly.
Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Drew Holiday. I think people are going to be sleeping on him. He's going to have a huge season.
You gotta
AD's
watch out
gone.
for Nikhil Alexander Walker.
Yeah. They got Derek Favors at center too. They got some good players.
Jackson Hayes.
Yeah.
Backing him up.
No, they're going to be good. They're kind of the West Coast version of the Atlanta Hawks, in my opinion.
But there's
That up and coming team that's
Yep.
going to surprise people.
they're my 2 favorite teams this season. Spoiler alert. But one thing to watch out for too that a lot of people have been talking about is Alexander Walker may be contesting with Lonzo Ball for the starting point guard spot.
Really?
I don't want to hear that.
I know.
That's
I don't
depressing.
I don't want to hear that because I wanted the Pistons to draft him.
Exactly. Don't bring that up. Either. Let's just move on.
I did see. Leading up to this week, doing some research, on the Pistons draft list, the top 3, Sekou was number 1. That's why they selected him. But following that, they had Tyler Hero, who was selected before they picked, so they
Who
could.
was looking like the real deal?
And then Nikhil Alexander Walker and Goga Bitadze from who got drafted by Indiana.
I bet you're excited for when they draft LaMelo Ball in next year's draft.
No,
Let's get
they're
to
not
these
going to be high
previews.
enough. They're not going to be high enough to draft LaMelo Ball.
That's what you think.
Stop it. But yeah, and then tonight, the night slate is actually a great one. It's Battle of LA. Probably it is the biggest Battle of LA in NBA history. The Lakers with LeBron, AD, Dwight Howard, DeMarcus Cousins in a suit on the bench, and the New Look Clippers with Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Pat Bev, Lou Williams, Montrezl Harrell. That's going to be such a fun team to
You
watch.
forgot the best player on the court.
Who?
Alex Caruso.
I did forget
Come
about
on, man.
Caruso. That's on me.
Can't
That's
forget
on me.
about Caruso.
Can't forget about Caruso, the most athletic player
One
on
of
the
the
Lakers.
one of the latest Alex Caruso memes that has come out is that now that Harden and Westbrook are playing together again, everybody's like the forgotten. Everybody talks about how Russ and Harden and KD split up, but nobody forgets Caruso.
Yes, sir.
He was on that team.
But yeah, let's jump right into it. Let's start with the Eastern Conference. How we're gonna do this is we're gonna build from the bottom up. I'm gonna say number 15 in the conference. You tell me who your number 15 team is, who you think is the worst team in the conference, and then we'll keep building. And give me a record for that team as well. I'll start us
Oh
off.
boy.
I'll start us off.
I
I'll
didn't
go-
prepare.
Yeah.
I'll
Don't
go.
Let me.
I mean, we do this every year with records and conference predictions, but I
I
know,
know.
guys. I know.
We're prepared, everybody.
I mean,
Oh wait, never mind. I know my number 15.
so I'll start off with my 15 in the Eastern Conference, and then we'll go. Then I'll go Malik, and then I'll go Joey, and then we'll
Yeah,
keep
the
going like
15
that.
is easy.
15 for me. the Charlotte Hornets. Not much there. Their best player is a debate between Terry Rozier, Malik Monk, and Miles Bridges. They traded Kemba was really, I mean, he put that whole entire team on his back and willed them to what was 35 wins or something like that. And I think Terry's solid, but I think he has to be in the right situation to be successful. I don't think that's it this year in Charlotte. I think Charlotte's really going to maybe try to trade as many veterans as possible, keep building and playing their youth, see what you got in Malik Monk, and then maybe reassess come draft season. And then I think Miles Bridges is going to be a staple in that team. I really think Michael Jordan is a huge fan of him, and he's going to be a staple. But we'll see about Terry. I'm not 100% sold on him. I think he'll put up numbers, but nothing huge. I got the Charlotte Hornets at 18 wins, so 18-64 to bottom out the Eastern Conference. Malik.
I am also going Charlotte Hornets. I feel like this is going to be a clean sweep. I am going to go.
You forgot Joey's a Hornets fan, so.
I don't know if he's going to be a fan of this Hornets team. Yeah, I think I might go with 18 also. I'm afraid to go lower because you have to be a horrible.
I think the Cavs had 17
You have to be a
year.
historically bad team to go like under 17, 16. I'll go 18-64 also. Yeah, just that contract with Terry Rozier. You got some talented young
he's
guys.
Solid, but I'm not sure in that situation.
Exactly. You got some talented young guys, but without Kemba, what are they?
And
what's the identity of that team?
if you're that ownership group and that front office at the trade deadline and you had a feeling that Kemba might leave and you don't do anything and then you just get Terry Rozier on a massive deal, like, I don't know. To me, that was a failure of the front office. Joey, what do you got? 15.
I am a Charlotte fan, by the way, but Chris is right. No more. They don't have Frank Kaminsky anymore. They don't have Dwight Howard. They don't have Kemba Walker. This isn't the Charlotte Hornets that I know.
This is the Bobcats almost.
It's getting close. I don't know how this team does anything. Like Chris said, Terry Rozier is their best player. Maybe Malik Monk, maybe Miles Bridges, maybe somebody comes out of nowhere. But this team just doesn't have a whole lot of talent. It doesn't look like it has a bright future necessarily. Like it's going to take a while for them to get anywhere. And yeah, I just think they're going to be the worst.
Michael Jordan has yet to set a real direction for this franchise.
And they're going to be
Good times.
19-63. They'll contend for the worst
So right
record
there
in the
with
NBA.
me.
You know what's funny? The 15 in the West is going to be a lot different than the 15 in the East. Because I feel like the 15 in the West might win 26 or 27 games.
I feel like there's always
Listen.
one. I feel like there's always one team in the West.
Looking through these teams, you can come up with an argument for almost all of these teams to have reason to be excited for the future. Almost all of them.
True. All right, let's go 14 Eastern Conference. Washington Wizards for me. They just signed Beal to a 2-year extension. Big money for Beal. I also think that makes him easier to trade once Beal and his representation realizes that the Wizards were all talk about rebuilding this thing fast, and that's what they got him to sign here. I think Beal will, again, be on the trading market this offseason. I think he'll be off the trade market to start the year just because of all the hype he just signed his extension. But I think we'll see him back at it again. John Wall, he's out again for the season. Isaiah Thomas, he is currently out as well, and he was expected to have a bounce-back year. So right now, your opening night starters for the Washington Wizards, Ish Smith. Shout out to Ish Smith. I'm glad he's starting. I mean, I'll always root for that guy. Bradley Beal. Raise your hand if you know who Isaac Bonga is out there. Okay, I know you guys do. But for the average NBA fan, nobody has any idea who that is. Rui Hachimura, who their recent draft pick, who I think is going to be pretty good as well, and Thomas Bryant, who is an underrated center. He had a nice coming out party last year. He'll be solid, but he's a young player. He's unproven.
Plus, they got Mo Wagner coming off the bench, so they have a little bit of talent.
They have talent, but is that talent going to get you wins this season? No,
Not enough.
Wizards 20-62 for me. Go ahead,
I
Malik.
got Wizards 21, and I agree. They're at 14, 21 wins.
Joey.
This is hard. The bottom of the East is so weird. I just want to say Cleveland. I don't see them getting any better.
Right before you said that, I was about to say
You said Cleveland at 14?
I'm actually
Yeah.
going to flip Cleveland and Washington, and I'm going to have Cleveland 14.
You're going to have Cleveland.
And
14.
I'm also going to have
Are you guys trying to hate on Cleveland?
I'm going to have them at You know what? I'm going to have them at
I'm going 21-61.
I'm going to give them 19. Cleveland, 19 wins.
Two win improvement there for.
Well, you just
so-
said it.
Cowboys.
Last year they had
17.
17 wins. They added Darius Garland.
Not really much else. They have a
Uh,
whole new system.
They already have a bunch of guards on that team.
They have a bunch of rookies that are just going to.
So Malik, you're
play
not buying into
around.
Beeline making that jump?
I just don't think he has a lot to work with at the moment.
I think he did this just for the experience before he retires.
And the money,
yeah.
guaranteed money,
I
and that
don't-
NBA lifestyle. Yeah, I agree.
I don't think he's gonna. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna make that much of an effect.
I don't think he wanted to go on as many recruiting
Exactly.
trips as
just this
he
move.
was.
This move for Cleveland really just doesn't
We'll
make
see.
much sense. But
It'll be interesting to see where Kevin Love ends up if he gets traded.
I think this is the year he finally gets traded. I think finally we can go out and say that. Okay, my 13, Cleveland Cavaliers. Like you said, I mean, Colin Sexton, he's going to keep improving. He's a solid player. He's still got to work on that outside jump shot. And I was wrong, actually. It's the Knicks that had 17. Cavaliers had 19 wins last year. But the rest of this roster there's not really too much there. Yeah, Darius Garland, he's still a rookie, though. He's unproven. Tristan Thompson, solid, but he's just a rim-running center. Kevin Love, how much you can get from him before he's dealt. Cedi Osman, I think he's just overhyped in that organization. I think the Cavaliers really like this guy, but I'm not sure he's more than an 11 points per game scorer, in my personal opinion. But they do have Brandon Knight. He could break out for an MVP season.
a what?
Just joking. Brandon Knight's my guy.
I'm
Brandon
happy.
Knight's my guy.
Save that clip, Joey. Save that one.
Brandon Knight is my guy. I still got a autographed Brandon Knight jersey. I think he got a bad taste from the rest of the NBA. He was really good when we traded him to Milwaukee, and then he got shipped off again to Phoenix, and it didn't really work out for him. Then he got hurt. I think he could have been very successful if his career kind of
Yeah.
ended up
If
differently.
he started in a better place, he could
Yes,
have
I
been,
think
yeah.
he actually could have turned out to be a really solid NBA point guard. But yeah, I got the Cavaliers 23 and 59 as my 13 team. You got the Wizards, you
Yeah,
said,
Wizards,
Malik?
yeah.
And then how many wins for them?
21.
Joe?
I think they're the clear bottom three. Like they're the obvious clear bottom three.
I think there's one more you could put in there, but I think then it's a clear bottom
I don't know.
four.
Washington's weird. But yeah, I think I'm going to put Washington at 13. I'll give them 22. 22 and
22?
60.
All right. Number 12, those New York Knicks. They're an interesting team. I think they actually have more talent than people really see. It's just an odd fit and an odd situation for a lot of those guys. RJ Barrett's going to be fantastic. I think he's a dark horse now, especially with the Zion Williamson injury. I think he's a dark horse to win Rookie of the Year because he's going to get a lot of playing time. They're going to have him with the ball in his hand a lot. So that's something you got to look out for. Julius Randle, I think he's going to have a big season. I think he's actually going to put
He
up
could
a lot.
average like 22, 23.
He could average
yeah.
about 20 and 10 and make a bid for an All-Star game, and I think the only thing that would affect that is them not being a good team. Frank Ntilikina, I think he's going to get shipped. Dennis Smith Jr. has been a disappointment. Mitchell Robinson, he's fun to watch.
He's a piece that's going to stick
but he's
there.
got to work on not fouling
Yeah.
so much in such limited minutes. Kevin Knox, I think he takes a jump again this year. I forgot that Alfred Payton is a Knick. But yeah, Marcus Morris, I think he's going to be a piece that gets traded at the deadline to a veteran team. Bobby Portis.
List the rest of the power forwards they
That's what I'm
have.
saying. I'm going through about, I think I just
Yeah.
said 7 power forwards. That's why this team is lower for me, because they have talent. It's just a bad fit. When you're starting 3 power forwards, you're 3, 4, and 5. It's just weird. But yeah, I got the Knicks at number 12 for me, 25 and 57. This team, it would not surprise me if they hit 30 wins, but also would not shock me if they were number 15 in the conference. Go ahead, Malik.
I'm also going to go New York Knicks. I want to give them about 30, but I'm afraid because it seems like in the past few years, whether it's injury, whether it's bad coaching or bad rotational lineups, or it always seems to be something with the Knicks where they have a little bit of talent and then it never works out. This seems like the year where they hit 30 or slightly get over 30, but I am going to put them, you know what? I'm going to put them exactly at 30. Yeah.
30 and 52.
I think they're going to improve. They're going to get exactly 30.
All right, Joe, what you got for number 12 in the Eastern Conference?
This one kind of hurts me because I kind of like this team. I'm going to put Chicago, and not because of their talent, but Zach LaVine has struggled with injuries over his career. Lauri Markkanen is starting to struggle with injuries in his career. So that's concerning for me. And then they got a bunch of young guys. I have them at 27 and 55. I definitely think they can be better, but I'm just going off of like injury.
I mean, last year,
issues.
in comparison, the Bulls won 22 games.
Right.
So you're still giving them a 5-game improvement.
Right.
It is big for a team to have a 10-win improvement from one season to another.
I think
So,
Kobe
I mean,
White could have a big.
Kobe White's looked
big
good.
year.
He had a 29-point game to end out the preseason, 6 threes. He looks good. He looks confident. I think Chris Dunn's going to get moved soon in Chicago. But that comes back to me, my number 11, the Chicago Bulls. I have them at 33 wins, 33 and 49. I think they'll get off to a fun start to begin the year. People are going to be all talking about it. They're going to be like, oh, Bulls are going to challenge for the playoffs this year. They're going to be good. But then it's that inexperience that's going to bite them at the end of the season. Then some injuries are going to happen, and it's going to be a lot of guys just not standing up and getting up to that point where they need their role players to play at the end of the year. So I have the Bulls coming up just short of the playoffs. But I like their team. Zach LaVine, Kobe White, Lauri Markkanen, Wendell Carter Jr. I think has another solid year. He reminds me of a more athletic Greg Monroe. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Okay, I'm reaching. What can I say? But I that's what I see from him. Thaddeus Young is there. Thomas Satoransky, who is an underrated. They have a solid point guard position. Does it all come together? That's the question. Otto Porter Jr. is there. Does he get? Do you guys think he gets his extension by Halloween?
No, I don't think so.
I would hope not.
I think the Bulls are that team that just throw
Yeah,
money.
They might.
But just because they just are not ran properly. But yeah, I got the Bulls 33-49, number 11 in the East. Go ahead, Malik.
I am also going to go with the Bulls, and I am going to
Hey,
put
stop
them.
copying me.
I'm going to put them at 34 wins.
Okay.
I think Zach LaVine is going to be healthy this year, and I think he's going to average he might average 25 a game this year. He's going to have some big games. He's going to have some 40-pointers. He's going to have some superstar-looking games where it's going to be like, okay, we can't take him lightly anymore. Zach LaVine.
I'm really
is on
shocked
his
at
way.
how athletic he is after that big knee injury.
Yeah.
It's not like he lost a step. He is there.
Yeah, he's still there. Like you said, I think Lauri Markkanen is going to keep improving. Yeah, I think just all that young talent they've been able to put together in the past few drafts, I think all of it is they're all going to have their moments, and I think they're going to play well as a team, but because they're so young, they're not quite there yet. So I'm going to go 34.
Joey, number 11.
I'm actually going to switch it. Make some bold predictions in the East here.
You say Detroit. I am getting you out of the seat.
Number 11, the reigning world champion, Toronto Raptors.
Wow.
I like the bold take.
That's a bold
Yeah.
take. That
Joey
is a
hot
bold
take.
They
take.
still have a lot of talent. A lot of people are expecting Pascal Siakam,
Just signed a 4-year, $133 million extension with the
and
Raptors.
that he could become an all-star this year, which I kind of hope he does. I would love to see it. I just have concerns about how this team dynamic is going to work because now the pressure comes back to Kyle Lowry,
Marc Gasol.
and I don't know how that's going to necessarily play out. And people have now seen Pascal Siakam. They know who he is, and I think that they're going to play him a lot harder now. And I'm just not sure. Like, this team has a lot of depth, too. Like, they still have Van Vliet, and they have all those guys. Stanley Johnson, I guess.
That doesn't count.
But,
OG Anunoby.
yeah, they got some...
I think he could take a big step this
They
year.
got a weird mix of, like, really good, young, talented players and some veterans. I just don't know how they're going to work out. I have them 34 and 48, which they could definitely do way better with their talent.
And here's the thing. I can see that, but I have to see I think the Raptors would have to come to a decision of building for the future. I think
Right.
Because I definitely could see them shipping out Lowry and Gasol by the deadline, and then yes, I see them at 34. If Lowry and Gasol and that whole group is together, I think they make a push for the playoffs. Yes, I don't think they're going to be a top 4 team.
They could definitely be right there.
With those guys there, I'm not going to say they're not. I'm not.
Right.
That's too bold for me.
Mhm.
To say that. Moving on, my number 10 team. And this is when we start to get into kind of the playoff mix because these guys are pretty close on my list. The Atlanta Hawks. I know a lot of people are huge on them, super high on them making the playoffs. Inexperience is going to, I think, bite this team in the butt at the end of the year. I think they're going to get to the end of the year and just not being in a playoff hunt yet is going to ruin this team down the line. Ruin is a bad term, but derail this team down the road. I have them good. I think they're going to be solid throughout the way and then kind of drop some big games at the end of the season. Great young core: Trey Young, Cam Reddish, DeAndre Hunter, who's looked good. John Collins starting to hit some threes. Kevin Huter. You can go down the list. Jabari Parker's on this team, but that's interesting. And Chandler Parsons. But Alan Crabb is there as well. It's an interesting group. I think they're going to be very competitive this year compared to what they were last year. I see a 10-game win improvement for this team, just not playoffs. I can't say 15-win improvement. That's huge. So I'm going Hawks at 10, 37, and 45.
I believe they're still the youngest team in the NBA as well.
Even with Vince Carter pulling the other direction with 42 years of age.
I think so.
Shout out to Vince Carter, last season in the NBA for him. Joey, you going to opening night to see him?
No,
Get your jersey signed?
Unfortunately, I can't.
Go ahead, Malik. You're number 10.
My number 10 is the Atlanta Hawks. I'm going 35 wins.
Okay.
Like you said, I think they get off to either at the beginning of the season or in the middle of the season. I think they hit a run where maybe they go like 10-3 or 10-2 in a 12 or 13 game span, and people start getting hype about them. But then they're gonna have those losing streaks also, where just overall better teams are gonna get the best of them. So yeah, I'm gonna go 35 wins, a really good improvement in a year, maybe 41, 42.
Yeah.
It's possible, but yeah, 35, 10 win.
Well,
10
I'm getting real thrown off with my picks here. Oh boy. So my number 10 is the New York Knicks. I've been going
Dang.
36 and 46.
Wow.
I think they're a boomer bust team. Like, I think they could get to this level and like make people do the same thing that you're talking about the Hawks, where like, oh, the Knicks aren't as bad as we thought they were. And I think they could surprise a lot of teams, or they could just be really bad because of the way the team dynamic works.
Yeah.
But I think the way that they're set up with Julius Randle kind of being like the main guy, I think, for that team, and the way that he plays really hard, I think that there's a point where like him and Bobby Portis, the way that their mentality is when they play in games, could get the rest of the team
to buy into that
buy
New York
in
mentality.
and be like,
you got Marcus Morris there as well.
Right. Let's do this. We can be like this mentally tough, physically tough
Kind
team.
of a culture setting.
Right. Yeah. Somewhat of a like an old Knicks team that people would think of with Anthony Mason and things like that,
I
where
think
they're just
this
like
is-
a tough-minded team.
This could be a team that, yes, they don't make the playoffs, but they put a scare in teams and the guarding gets behind them, and it's just a fun basketball team to watch.
I think it 100% depends on how Dennis Smith Jr. plays, though. Because, yes, Alfred Payton could start for them, but I think they're
or
going to
RJ
need
Barrett.
But I think they're going to need production from like a Dennis Smith Jr. or something from time to time.
All right, my number 9, the first team that made the playoffs last year that won't make the playoffs this year, the Orlando Magic. I think it was kind of an anomaly. It was a weird season last year. It was a top-heavy season, so some teams that maybe shouldn't have made it and won some timely games down the stretch, I think partly to the fact that the Pistons lost Blake Griffin and lost 4 or 5 games in a row at a bad time. So I'm saying the Magic just missed the playoffs at 40 and 42. I like their team. I think Jonathan Isaac's going to have maybe a most improved player type season. Aaron Gordon's going to put up another good year. Vucevic is Vucevic, but I think DJ Augustine, I think age finally gets the better of him this year towards the second half of the year. That backcourt I don't trust. Evan Fournier, he's getting older. I feel like every time I see this guy, I can't believe he's still in Orlando. But he's on the wrong end of 30. People forget about that because they think he's still a young player. I just think the depth is not there, and the backcourt production won't be there at the end of the season. They're just going to be out just by a numbers game. I got them at 40 and 42.
Yeah, the Orlando Magic, all their best players are guys that were supposed to blow by now.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Gordon, is this going to be the year? Nikola Vucevic got his final All-Star, but is he going to go to another level? Jonathan Isaac, will he make the big improvement? It's just Markelle Fultz, will he show up this year? That's why Orlando is also my number 9. I'm going 39 wins. I don't think they hit the groove that they hit last year near the end of the season where they got into the playoffs. I think they'll be an okay team all year. Guys like Terrence Ross will have his moments. DJ Augustine is going to be steady. Nikola and Aaron are going to have their numbers, but I don't think it's going to be enough, like you said. Guys like Al-Farouq Aminu only give you so much. I don't think Jonathan Isaac is going to make a huge improvement. I also think Mo Bamba isn't going to have a huge improvement. I think he's going to keep slowly getting better. So, yeah. Like you said, Evan Fournier is just getting older. His game isn't going to expand anywhere. He's a shooter that's going to be efficient sometimes, but sometimes inefficient.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Orlando 9 for me also.
Joey.
So I'm trying to look ahead. You know what? My East is going to be weird.
Just do
I'm
it,
going
man.
for it.
Just do it.
My number 9 is going to be the Miami Heat. 38-44. I think the Jimmy Butler move was decent at best.
I think there's too much hype going into that.
I think so too. I think if you look at the rest of that roster, Tyler Hero might be their second best player.
Sounds like already there's some locker room
That's so
issues with the Deion
disrespectful.
Waiters situation too.
Bam Adebayo.
That sounds like Deion Waiters' issues
Well,
to me.
Jimmy Butler wasn't a good
Yeah.
guy in the locker room the last 2 teams he was on too, and Deion's already having these issues. I don't know. I feel like this team could bust.
Yeah, I think so too. Their biggest addition, Myers Leonard,
Yeah.
besides Jimmy Butler. And the rest of their guys are just, Goran Dragic, getting old.
He might be traded.
Guess
He's on a
what?
1-year deal.
Guess what?
James Johnson.
Every single one of these players on this
Josh
team,
Richardson is gone.
every single player on that team has played well for Eric Spoelstra, and I think they'll continue to.
Deion Waiters.
He's not even going to play, I don't
Justin,
think. This team.
Justice
I don't think-
Winslow.
He's been iffy.
He's gotten better.
He's like Stanley
But-
Johnson.
He's
Never
a little
gonna-
bit better than Stanley, but yeah.
never
All
gonna
right.
live up.
My number 8, the defending champs, Toronto Raptors. I think they keep Lowry, keep Gasol, but it's another year on those guys. They're older. I think OG takes a step up. Pascal's going to be an all-star this year. I just don't. I think Kawhi had so much production and they leaned so heavily on him that they'll be a playoff team and they'll fight for a playoff spot in the bottom half of the playoffs. And it's going to be the championship tour for the Raptors this year, and then they're going to start a rebuild. So Raptors at 41-41 for me. Go ahead, Malik.
That was your 8th seed, right?
Yes.
My 8th seed is going to be the Detroit Pistons.
Ew.
I still think they're not going to do anything special. I think they could hit 44 wins. That would be a good season for them. Maybe even 45. But I think 8th seed is what they get. I'm gonna put them at 44 wins.
Okay.
Pistons 44.
Joey?
My number 8 seed is the Atlanta Hawks.
Ooh.
I've debated back and forth whether or not to put them in. I said it earlier, they're my dark horse team this year. They're going to be my team just to watch. Even if they do bad, I could see them, again, another team being boom or bust. I'm going to go 40-42 just because of the way the East works. They could fall flat on their face because they're so young and inexperienced, but they have so much talent. I just feel like there's a possibility. There's a weird scenario where they figure it out really quick. Cam Reddish becomes exactly what everybody thought he was before the draft. Trae Young takes a step up. They got Kevin Huerter, DeAndre Hunter. They can spread the floor around, and they've done really good in their last few drafts. I just want this team to do well.
Joey,
So
you're
it's-
going for it.
That's
seems-
a heart
It
pick.
seems like
That's
these,
a heart pick.
Hey,
These
it's a wide
standings for
open-
you are more of a what if this happened standings.
Exactly.
Like
Well,
what if this
I will
happened?
say this. It is a wide open year this year. There's a lot of stuff that could happen. My number 7, the Miami Heat. I don't buy into the Jimmy Butler trade as much as some people do. There's some big ESPN guys out there saying they could be the 3 seed this year in the East. I don't see that. I don't see enough around Jimmy. I think there's already just the start of locker room issues. I am not a huge Goran Dragic on a 1-year deal. I think he's going to get moved. Justice Winslow played a lot of point guard last year. Will that keep up? Bam Adebayo, he's been awesome in his reserve role. Will he be awesome as a starter? There's a lot of questions that I think people are just saying, oh, yeah, this is going to work out. This is going to work out. Until you see it on the court, you don't know that. And Jimmy Butler has already had issues in his last 2 spots. Why all of a sudden is Miami going to be the culture change for him? I don't think it's going to be all sunshine and rainbows in South Beach. I think the Heat make the playoffs because they have talent, but they don't make that much noise that people expect. 43-39 for my 7th seed Miami Heat. Go ahead, Malik.
My 7th seed are the Toronto Raptors. I think they get in with 47 wins. I
Wow.
think they're still a good team.
47 is your 7th seed?
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be a strong East.
47 wins.
Okay.
I think the bottom is going to be awful. And I think once you get to 8, I think some teams are going to improve.
Okay.
I think a lot of teams are going to improve. And the Raptors are going to take a step back, obviously, but I still think they can win 46, 47 games. Because Fred VanVleet has showed every player on this team has showed what they can do.
They have championship pedigree now.
When the bright lights show up, all of these guys can step up, and they've all showed it. Pascal Siakam just stepped up even more once the finals came. Fred VanVleet came off the bench and completely showed out. Kyle Lowry stepped his game up. They still have Marc Gasol, still have Serge Ibaka. OG Anunoby is going to be playing a lot now. He's improved a whole bunch. I think they got some good players on the bench. I think they can win 47 games.
But they don't have Kawhi to hit a game-winning 3 against the Sixers.
That's why they're not going to be high 50s.
Joey, who you got at 7?
Over 10 wins gone. Yeah.
At my number 7, coming in at 43 and 39, are your Detroit Pistons.
Hey, I'll take a 7 seed from you.
I was going to try to do Malik, be like Malik and put him at the 8th seed, but I just can't. If they're the 8th seed this year, it's a complete and utter failure.
I don't trust that organization.
They
sorry.
could probably move up to 6 maybe, I think. But it'll be tough once you move past that. I think they did well in the offseason. We talked about it before. They made the moves they needed to. They should be improved. But like their top level talent just isn't enough. Like Blake Griffin, Andre Drummond are great, but it's just not enough.
Yeah.
They have a lot of younger guys now that I'm still hoping Luke Kennard will keep taking steps forward. I don't know how that's going to work. But yeah, I still think that they need to make some sort of move to really like give me more confidence.
All right, we're going to go a little bit faster pace here now just so we can get through all of our teams. My number 6, the Indiana Pacers, I got them at 43 and 39. I think this is a team that could maybe miss the playoffs. Oladipo's out to start the year. Malcolm Brogdon, is he going to fit there well? TJ Warren, your boy, Joey, I think he'll be solid. But there's a lot of moving parts here. Pacers, my 6 seed team in the East.
I'm about to adjust a few win totals as I've thought.
Okay.
I'm putting the Pistons at 42.
Okay.
I'm putting the Raptors down to 45.
Okay.
And my 6th seed is going to be the Miami Heat.
Okay. With how many wins?
I have the Miami Heat at 47 wins.
Okay.
Eric Spoelstra, there's a reason why over the past few years, the Miami Heat have always been around like 9 near the end of the season because Eric Spoelstra is a fantastic coach, and the guys that he gets always play extremely well for him, and they believe in what his coaching is. So I think adding Jimmy Butler, he's going to be the go-to guy. Tyler Hero looks like it's going to be a really good pick. I think all the guys that they've added and all the guys that they still have are going to improve. They're going to play really well as a team, and Kendrick Nunn might be their secret weapon.
We'll see. We'll see. I know he had a big game.
That kid has high-level offensive talent, and if they sneak him in certain games, he can go off and really just catch teams off guard. 47 wins for the Miami Heat.
Joey, you're number 6.
The Orlando Magic.
Ew.
I love this team.
You love this team?
They got Nikola Vucevic and Mo Bamba. I got them going 44 and 38.
I love this team.
I think they're going to do what they did last year. I think they're going to make small improvements. I agree that Jonathan Isaac just keeps getting better. I think he could make another step here. Mo Bamba does concern me. Somewhat of his injury issues as well. But just they're kind of bottled up at power forward and center a little bit, where I don't know how much playing time he'll be able to get. And yeah, their point guard is still questionable. Like DJ Augustine is great, but he's not like enough to really push you for a playoff win necessarily. And then Markelle Fultz, people are getting hyped up about him again because he's looking pretty good, but who knows when the season actually comes around. But I think the Magic are still going to be a good team.
I'm bummed we're on a little bit of a time crunch because I'd like to go into this team a little bit more. My 5 seed, your Detroit Pistons.
Yikes.
Got them at 46 wins, 36 losses. It's optimism season for me right before the season starts. Blake's healthy. Dre's on a contract year. D Rose looks good. Hopefully Reggie's traded soon. Tony Snell has looked really good in his limited times. I think he looks aggressive. He's hitting his open shots. The second unit looks better. Bruce Brown looks like he took a step. Luke Kennard looks like he's going to be more aggressive. He took a step. Christian Wood looks fantastic. I think he's going to be a great backup center. This team has a lot more depth. and I'm rattling now. So Pistons 46-36. What do you got for your 5 seed, Malik?
My 5 seed are the Indiana Pacers. I'm going to also give them 47 wins.
Okay,
But I think they end up getting over Miami.
gotcha.
I think they are such a well-constructed team that I think even without Victor Oladipo, I think they're going to play so well that a lot of teams that are just relying off of talent and young pieces, I don't think they're going to be able to hang with how tough and how good of basketball Indiana plays.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Indiana,
I think when Victor Oladipo gets back, it's just going to make them even better. I'm going 47, 5th seed Indiana.
Joey, 5th seed.
Brooklyn Nets,
How many wins?
45-37. I just think they're going to take a step back. People are going to think they're going to go up. I think they're going to kind of not really do anything differently. I think adding Kyrie Irving is going to mess up their chemistry of that grit and grind kind of team that they were last year. And so people are going to have less roles in that team. I still don't know about the DeAndre Jordan, Jared Allen thing, how they're talking about splitting starts at center. It doesn't make sense to me. If they had Kevin Durant, I would think they would be better. And the chemistry thing wouldn't be as of an issue. But because it's just Kyrie Irving, I think the chemistry thing is going to be an issue, similar to how it was in Boston.
My 4 seed, the Brooklyn Nets at 47 wins for a lot of the reasons you said, Joe. So I won't elaborate on that, and so we can talk about the Western Conference. So Brooklyn Nets, 47 wins for me, 4 seed.
My 4 seed are also the Brooklyn Nets. I'm going to give them 48 wins. I think Kyrie has learned his lesson from Boston, where he just tried to force himself into the leadership role. I think he's just going to come into this team and just be Kyrie Irving. Be the guy that necessarily doesn't have to be the leader that gets everybody together and tells everybody what to do. Just be Kyrie. Score. Get guys open, drive into the lane. Just play your game. And everybody else is already set in what they're going to do. That team made it to the playoffs last year and surprised everybody and played well against Philadelphia. So I think they improve a little bit. 48 wins, 4th seed.
Joey, your 4 seed.
Indiana Pacers.
Nice.
This is kind of a toss-up. I have them going 46-36. Depends on Oladipo's health, things like that. But I think they got a lot of depth, and I think that they're going to surprise some teams. And they're just always a tough team every year. And I think they just have a lot of talent still.
My 3 seed, the Boston Celtics. I think Kemba transitions well, fits that mold well, and I think that team stays at the same win total they had last year. They have that same group plus Kemba. 49 wins for the Celtics for me, 3 seed.
I'm also going 3 seed. I'm going 50 wins. Boston Celtics.
Joey.
Celtics, clean sweep, 48-34. I'm a little bit concerned about like Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
Especially because all the hype that they were in their rookie years. I'm a little concerned about that, but I don't think they've lost enough. I think they're still going to be a very good team.
My 2 seed, the Philadelphia 76ers, got them at 56 wins. I think they're kind of a better fit now without Jimmy Butler, Tobias Harris, Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid. They got some depth there. They're going to be a good team. Go ahead, Malik.
2 seed Milwaukee Bucks.
Ooh.
I have them at 55 wins. I think losing Malcolm Brogdon is going to make more of an impact than they think. We all know at this point that when it comes down to winning time, especially in the playoffs, Eric Bledsoe only gives you so much. So it's the truth.
Yeah.
What are they going to do when that time comes?
True.
I think it's going to show in the regular season too. Still a 55-win team,
Yeah.
though. They got the Greek Freak.
Joey.
I have the Bucks as well, 54-28. I think they're going to just take a little bit of a step back. I think Giannis is going to do his thing like normal, but I think the rest of the cast is going to fall back just a little bit. And yeah, now that like Brogdon is gone, their depth is a little bit different, the way it's going to work out. So we'll have to wait and see. So I just think that it might take them a little bit to get going.
My 1 seed is the Milwaukee Bucks. You know, I'm a Budenholzer guy. I'm a Greek Freak fan. Shout out Giannis. I got the Bucks at 63 wins.
Man,
They do have double Antetokounmpos, so
They do. And double Lopez's.
you think they're going to get even better?
I do. I think Giannis is going to take
they
it to
need to
another
play
level.
both twins.
Who you got for
or
number
both
1?
brothers at
My
the same
number
time.
1, I got Philly, 58 wins.
Joey?
Oh, I
Philly?
didn't realize that the Bucks added Wesley Matthews. Yeah, I have Philly, 56-26. I think they did good in the offseason. I think Josh Richardson is going to fit in well for that team. He's going to do what Jimmy Butler could do, just not as much on the offensive end.
Yeah. All right. For our bottom 7 in the West, Just give me your team and give me your win total. And we'll just kind of do a real quick. Oklahoma City is my 15, 21 wins.
My 15 is also Oklahoma City. I'll give them 22 because I like the players they have. I think they're going to surprise in a lot of games.
I think they're going to be better than people think. My bottom is Phoenix.
Oh, remember when Phoenix was a hype team last year?
Yeah. They're the bottom tier for that reason.
How many wins?
18.
Okay.
I don't think they're going to be that bad this year.
They're going to be bad.
I don't think they're going to be that. I don't think they're going to continue to be awful forever. There's going to be a time when forever.
Their roster is worse this year than it was last year.
Really?
Yeah, it's bad.
Really.
My 14.
You think so?
Ricky
I don't
Rubio?
think so.
Ricky Rubio?
He's an upgrade at point guard.
My 14,
He's definitely an upgrade.
My 14 is the Phoenix Suns, 24 wins. I just don't think they're going to be good.
They do have Frank
Kaminsky. I think they're better than they were last year. I think getting Aaron.
Are they your 14?
I think getting Aaron.
Yeah,
they're my 14. I think getting Aaron Baines helps. I think Ricky Rubio is definitely an upgrade at point guard. Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton in his year 2. They got Dario Saric. They got better. They don't have Josh Jackson. They don't have 16 small forwards that clog the same position. It's going to be better spread out.
Who you got?
I got them at 25 wins.
How 14. Do we rank the West? What the heck?
Exactly.
Hey, we gotta do this quick.
Yeah. I'm going with the Grizzlies.
Grizzlies at 14. How many wins?
21.
All right. My 13 is Memphis. I got them at 32 wins. I think they're going to be slightly better than people expect. They got a lot of good young talent.
My 13 is also Memphis.
Man, you are just copying me all day.
My 13 is also Memphis. Maybe great minds just think alike. How about that?
I like that.
I have Memphis at 31 wins. I also think Ja Morant, Jaren Jackson, man, I think that connection is going to be something special in like 3-4 years. You got to give it time, but that connection is going to be something special. I think Memphis is going to have reasons to show up to games this year.
Joey.
22-60 for the Thunder. I think they're gonna surprise teams, but they're not that good.
My 12 is the Sacramento Kings at 36 wins. This is when it starts to get a little bit tight because there's just so much talent in the West. Kings, 36 wins. They'll be exciting.
My 12 are the Minnesota Timberwolves. Karl Anthony is always going to have his numbers, but I think the team around him isn't that great. It's a bunch of gritty guys, a few guys that can hit shots, but come on. I give them 35 wins.
Joey.
I am also going to go with the Kings. I'm going to put them at 34 wins.
My 11 is Minnesota for all the reasons Malik said. Towns, not as much talent around them. I think there's stuff they got to move around. T-Wolves, 37 wins for me. They're my number 11 team. Who is your number 11 team?
My 11 is Sacramento, 37 wins.
Joey?
The Timberwolves.
How many wins?
38.
All right. My number 10 team is the Pelicans. I think they're going to fight to the end for that playoff spot. I got them at 38 wins.
My 10 is also the Pelicans. I have them at 38 also.
I hate to say it, but I'm going with Dallas. I think they're going to get 39 wins. I think they need a little bit more time.
My 9, I think I did this last year and I was wrong, so maybe I'll be right this year. San Antonio Spurs, just missing the playoffs, ending the run. 40 wins for them.
I have a 41 team at my 9, but I think it's going to be Dallas. I also think they're not ready yet, but I think they're going to play it good enough to get to 40, which in the West isn't good enough to get into the playoffs. So 40 wins is good, but not good enough in the West. They make some progress.
Joe.
I hate to say it too, but I think the Pelicans are going to be just out of the playoffs. They could be worse than this, but yeah. I'm going to go with 40 wins.
My number 8, I got the Dallas Mavericks sneaking into the playoffs. I think Porzingis is a bounce back year. I got them at 44 wins in the West.
8 seed Spurs, 45 wins.
Joe?
Yep, Spurs 44.
My 7 seed is the Golden State Warriors. I think this is when it's just grouped up with tons of teams with a high amount of wins. I got them at 49 wins as a 7 seed. Just no Clay, not as much talent around them, but Steph's going to go off. Russell's going to have a big year. Warriors, 49 wins. Go ahead, Malik. Who's your 7?
He's right. looking through this 1 through 8. Oh my God.
I know.
Jesus. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Golden State also.
Okay.
48 wins.
Joey.
I'm going with the Jazz, 46. I know a lot of people are hyping them up. I think they're gonna be good, but I don't think they're gonna be that good.
Number 6 in the West. For me, the Portland Trail Blazers, also at 49 wins. I think they just get a tiebreak win over Golden State. That's what was the Western Conference Finals from this past year. Malik, you're number 6.
My 6 is Utah. I'm gonna put them at 49. I really wish they could make a run in the playoffs, but they got a good team. They're just not good enough to make a run.
Joey.
47 wins for the Warriors. I think they figure it out. I think their system is just too good.
Gotcha.
So I think they're still going to be a good 6 seed.
My 5 seed out west, Houston. I think Russell and James Harden will be good, just not. I think who's gonna be second fiddle to the other is what's gonna come down to. Houston, 50 wins, 5 seed.
My 5 seed is Portland. I'm giving them 50 wins. They always play really good in the regular season. As long as they have Dame and CJ and some complementary pieces, they're almost a bet to hit 50 wins. So I'm going to give them 50, number 5.
Joe.
Rockets at 49 wins. I think if anything, they're going to take time to figure out that whole mess.
My 4 seed is the Los Angeles Lakers, 52 wins. LeBron playing point guard. I think it's just going to be. It's just so much competition in the West. I think they're going to have a really good year. 52 wins is a good number for them. Your 4 seed.
My 4 seed is the Houston Rockets. Just James Harden alone is going to get them past 45. But then you have Clint Capella. They still have Austin Rivers, right?
Yeah.
Still have Austin. You still have most of the guys you had last year. You're adding Russell Westbrook. I think they hit 53 wins.
Joe.
51 wins for the Lakers. I wanted to rank them lower, but I don't think it's possible.
Yeah. My 3. Joey wasn't following the hype. I am. Utah Jazz at 3, 55 wins for them. I think Mitchell takes another step. They have a great coach. I think he's going to be he could be coach of the year. But Conley was a great get. Another playmaker. Utah, 3 seed, 55 wins.
My 3 seed is the Lakers. I'm going to go 54. I think they get right over the Houston Rockets to get into that 3 seed.
Joey.
I have the Nuggets at 53 wins.
Really? Taking a step back.
Yeah, I just think the West just keeps getting tougher. And
Yeah.
I think the Nuggets are going to be really good, and they could be a 2 seed or a 1 seed even. But again, I think they got to figure out what they're going to do with like Michael Porter Jr. and things like that. So I just think maybe it's a small step back.
My 2, Los Angeles Clippers, 57 wins. They're going to be a dynamic team, and they're going to be one tough out. What do you got for your 2?
My 2 is Denver. They are almost too deep. They have like a 10-man rotation, being 100% honest. And I don't know if that's going to be a bad thing. They don't find enough time for a lot of guys. Mm-hmm. But I trust Mike Malone, and I trust what they've built in Denver. I'm going to give Denver 57 wins, 2 seed.
Joe.
I got the Clippers as well, 55 wins. They could easily be the best team, obviously. But I just think, again, they might just have to figure some stuff out first, because last year they were also kind of like the Nets. They were the grit and grind team, and now they have 2 superstars.
My number 1 team, the Denver Nuggets. I think chemistry and continuity is going to play a huge factor in all the player movement this year, and that team was hurt by losing Game 7, second round, after being, I think they were the 1 seed last year, or maybe they were 2. But nonetheless, they're going to have a comeback year. I'm high on the Nuggets this season at my number 1 seed.
Clippers number 1. I honestly think they could get off to a Celtics-esque start.
Who is your 2?
My 2 is the Nuggets.
Okay.
I think the Clippers could get off to a Celtics-esque start. They also had Doc Rivers as their coach. I think they could get off to a hot, 17-4, that type of start to this season. I think they end with 61 wins. I don't think it'll take much time for them to get chemistry, because there aren't egos in that locker room. It's just a bunch of guys that want to win and are very talented. So, yeah, tough. It's a bunch of dogs on that team. They're just going to outwill so many teams. It's going to be a fun season to watch.
Joe.
Surprise.
You're putting Portland at number 1?
Portland at number 1, 57 wins.
Wow.
It's kind of more of one of those Joey Feeling type picks.
Those are the best.
Joey feel.
Those are the best.
But like they like Malik said, they are a regular season team, and they just seem to find wins. I think Hassan Whiteside is going to have a little bit of a bounce back, and I think he's going to help them out. I don't know. Just a feeling.
All right, let's rattle off our awards. We'll start with MVP. I'm going Giannis, back-to-back MVP.
I'm going Kawhi.
Joe?
Ben Simmons.
Ooh,
I'm going bold this year.
Yeah, you're going bold. I like
I'm going
it.
bold this year.
Defensive Player of the Year, I got Rudy Gobert back-to-back.
I think Jimmy Butler is a dark horse for MVP. I'll just say that. You said Defensive Player of the
Yeah.
Year? I'm going to go Anthony Davis, especially playing for the Lakers now.
I think Draymond.
Or maybe a player for the Clippers.
I think Draymond's going to have a big year this year.
Going Draymond. I like it. Coach of the year. I wrestled with this one. I'm going to go Mike Malone if the Nuggets get in a 1 seed.
Coach of the year. I am going Mike Malone also.
Okay.
Who's Portland's head coach?
Terry Stotts.
Yeah, Terry Stotts.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
I couldn't think of Terry for some reason.
6th man of the year. You can't not pick Lou Williams
I was
with
about to
this
say,
whole
if you
team.
don't pick Lou
have
Williams,
to. I
who's-
mean, go ahead, Malik. You got Lou too? Oh, now he's not going to pick Lou.
There are some really deep teams
Yep.
in this season.
Yep.
But I trust Lou Williams as a 6th man more than any
As a
others.
Detroit fan, you guys don't want to go Derrick Rose?
He was my second.
I'm going to go JJ Redick.
I like it.
That's a
You think he's coming off the bench,
that's a
though?
real dark horse
Yeah,
pick.
he is. Yeah.
You're just going with the dark horse picks
Yeah.
on everything.
My
Gotta
most-
spice it up. I like it.
Most improved player. This is a hot take. Jonathan Isaac
Most improved.
from the Orlando Magic.
Mm-hmm. Shoot. Who should I go?
Malik.
I'm thinking.
Oh,
Like we have all the time in the world.
I was saying, I want my team, Kevin Herter.
Wow.
That's what
about-
happens when you
Here,
do
I'll
rapid,
throw one for you.
when you do rapid fire.
Julius Randle.
Okay. You know
He
what?
had a good season though last year. I don't know
But if he's almost an all-star at 20 and 10
I know, but
in New
those
York
are,
in
that's
the
like,
Garden,
That's like what he averaged last year.
you got to remember. It's the media
I'm
that
going
votes
to
for
put
this
faith
reward.
in the health. Actually, it would have to be for a playoff team, wouldn't it?
Who you got?
I was gonna say Lonzo Ball.
Take Lonzo.
I'll go Lonzo.
Your leading scorer in the NBA this year, I think it's easy. Steph Curry.
That's a pretty solid pick.
I think I'm gonna. Nah, I'm not gonna go Giannis. I'm gonna go James Harden. Still, you know.
Joe?
I think James is gonna average well over 30.
Well, the way that I've been going, I'm going to pick Damian Lillard.
Okay.
Because I think the Blazers are going to have a year if they're going to be
Yeah.
number one.
Your NBA Finals matchup, mine is the Milwaukee Bucks and the Denver Nuggets.
Clippers, Sixers.
Yeah, Sixers, Clippers. I think that makes sense.
My champion, the Denver Nuggets.
Los Angeles Clippers.
Wow. Well, I said Ben Simmons is MVP, so I'm going with the Sixers.
All right. My most disappointing team, the Houston Rockets. I think if they don't get home court advantage, that's a disappointing year for them, especially with 2 MVPs on their roster.
Besides the Pistons,
That's exactly how I'm starting my answer too. Besides the Pistons,
I hope it's the Lakers.
Malik.
I'm going more because they're hyped up. I'm going Brooklyn more because of the hype.
Yeah. Most surprising team.
I think they're less hyped though because without Kevin Durant.
Miami.
Anyway,
my most surprising team, Detroit Pistons. Besides the Pistons, though, I'll say the Dallas
Besides
Mavericks.
the Pistons.
I mean Hawks and Pelicans. Like
Yeah.
I've kind of already said it.
Malik.
I said Miami.
Okay.
I guess Knicks.
Comeback player of the year for me, Kristaps Porzingis.
Yeah.
What really is the option besides Kristaps
Yeah.
Porzingis?
D Rose.
Yeah, he didn't win it last year.
I think-
Did he? Who won comeback player of the year last year?
There's no. It's not a
Yeah,
real
it's
award.
just like
It's
a-
I was
just
about
what
to say,
I
yeah.
made up. Well, I didn't make it up, but I just.
You know what? I'm going with D Rose since he's
All
in
right, I
Detroit.
like it.
Jabari Parker.
All right. Well, that'll do it for our
Nope.
NBA season preview. Get ready for the season. Starts tonight. Pelicans, Raptors, Lakers, Clippers. Pistons start their season off tomorrow night in Indianapolis, playing against the Pacers, and then their home opener Thursday against Joey's Hawks in Detroit. Thanks, guys. It's been a pleasure broadcasting for you alongside Joey and Malik. Hopefully, I'll see you guys soon. Come down to Cleveland. See you guys next time.
Joey, we got a lot of football to recap the coming weeks.
Yeah, we do.
Chris, good luck to you and your fiance.
It's been a pleasure.
Cleveland, even though we don't like you, this is for you.
Take care, guys.